ground. So we can, if there's multiple levels of snow, it will leave tracks. If there's only one level, there's no tracks. So it looks like this is one level of snow so far. Now for some fun stuff I've discovered while playing with snow. Maybe run over here. Probably be easier to use a small attachment, but this will serve a purpose. So this is a plain ordinary cultivator. Nothing special about it at all. I think it's even an in-game model. Grab it. We'll lower it down. Lower it on the ground. This tractor's going to have problems because this is a really heavy cultivator. I need about 300 horsepower to run this. And this tractor's about 200. However, look at that, we can cultivate snow. So this makes for a great 12-metre snowplow. Lift it up again. I should be able to drive it. So if I had one of the class tractors over here, that would be a better demonstration because they're obviously capable of hauling this cultivator with their 380 horsepower. Now, let's try again. Drive out into the field. This is just oilseed radish. We're going to be cultivating it in at the end of winter anyway. We'll drop that down and oh, it does work. I tried this before and it didn't work. So there you go. So we can cultivate fields during the winter and it will remove snow. Last time I tried that, and I can't remember which map, it might have been a Seasons Prepared map. Cultivators didn't work on a field because the field's frozen and it'll just say, oh, you can't use a cultivator on a frozen field. But this is not a Seasons Prepared map, so there are some liberties that are made with Seasons rules. Yeah, the Seasons rules book. Like, for example, I can run around with bales of straw and hay in the open and they don't get destroyed, and that's because there is a concept known as the snow mask, and what a map maker is supposed to do to make a map Seasons ready is to, on the snow mask layer, which is a sort of a virtual layer of the map, is to say this area here is where a barn is, and so when it snows or when it rains, I do not want snow or rain affecting what's inside this barn because it's a barn and it has a roof. And so you have to you can put bales and loose hay and straw into a barn and they will not get damaged. So that's a long way back, but we're pretty much on the tracks. Let's start there. But as you can see, snow is falling inside the barns and settling inside the barns because of the lack of a snow mask. But once you've defined the snow mask, every building that has the snow mask defined for it will not allow snow to settle in it and will treat the area of the barn that is defined as safe for straw and hay. without the snow mask, what the season's programmers did as a compromise is to say, if it's a bale, it's safe. If it's loose, it's not safe. So as you could see from our earlier demonstration, get out. If I was running around with a bale, it stayed at full 4,000 litres, and as soon as I dropped it into the mixing wagon, it became loose, and at that point rain and snow can damage it. So we now have a layer of snow. What else can we demonstrate? Nothing yet. Let's run through. So we still need to put straw in the cowshed. I can't do that until the snow melts. But they don't need a lot. This is 2 days worth of straw, so we're fine. We've already made 127,000 from selling the pigs and the milk. So not bad. I should probably check vehicles for service requirements. Spring. Oh, 4 days, class Zerian. Oh, that's the big tractor. Okay. I'm probably going to take that into the workshop and get that fixed then. So it gives us something to do. That's not a Zerian. That's a Ultra T. That's a Lexian. That's a Zerian. Now this is an awesome tractor for compacting silage, as I later more recently found out. And what you would do is, I think, that. You would then attach a blade to what is the back of the tractor, and that seating position basically gives you a nice view of the levelling blade. But we're not doing that, so we'll turn that back round. And it has a lot of weight. And you can't drive until this is a very tight opening for the workshop. In fact, that's such a tight opening we can't fit the tractor in this workshop. Damn. Okay. Since we're in it, we'll wait for the drive in the snow. It's also four-wheel steering, so it's a big tractor, but it is relatively agile. Not something I worry so much driving around. Excuse me a minute, I'm going to shut the door. There we go. That might help with the volume levels of screaming childs who don't want to stand in the corner after they've been misbehaving. And we're being very open with the kids. Yeah. If you do stuff, you will get in trouble. If you try and get your sister in trouble, that's turned into a Wile E. Coyote versus Roadrunner thing, where the older child is always trying to get the younger child into trouble, and it's always backfiring, and she's ending up in trouble herself, with the younger child not getting in trouble. It's like I've hatched this really great plan to draw on her wall, and then say, Mummy, Daddy, younger sister drew on the wall, look. And you go in and you look at what's drawn on the wall, and it's sort of, yeah, you wrote her name. No, she wrote her name. She doesn't write that good. She's 4. No, it wasn't me. Yes, it was. Actually, I'm trying to get my younger sister in trouble, because she never gets in trouble. Sadly, yeah, she doesn't get in trouble because she's behaving herself. You're getting in trouble because you're misbehaving, and on top of that, you're trying to get your younger sister in trouble. And we don't do that sort of thing around here. So, having had all that explained to her, she's then still going, oh, I don't want to be in the corner. Well, yeah, but we did explain to you that if you did what you're doing, you're going to end up in the corner. Oh, I don't want to. Don't get up until an adult tells you it's time to have breakfast. So you come upstairs and you find her in the kitchen with the pantry open trying to get food out. So that, hey, guess what? You're going to go and stand in the corner for half an hour. Oh, I don't want to stand in the corner. We told you last night, if you got out of bed and raided the pantry, you were going to get in trouble and stand in the corner. But that's not fair. You don't like me. No. You were warned. You were told exactly what the consequences would be if you did something, and you did it, so here's the consequence. Leftover burgers. Yeah, I don't really do leftover burgers. I'm not really one for leftover pizza either. Pizza is good fresh out of the oven. It kind of loses its thing. So, this thing is now serviced. 24 days until 30 hours. I bought this tractor as something different from the Axions, or the Axion that I had. And I needed something that was capable of hauling 320 horsepower requirement ploughs and stuff. So I bought this. I found for field work the all-wheel steering can be problematic because while it allows you to turn around fast, the hitch on the seeders and the cultivator aren't that forgiving. So I'll tend to switch it to front wheel only steering. But for normal driving around, four wheel steering is awesome. And that's probably a better turn radius than the smaller tractors we have on the farm can do. Okay, stick this back in the shed. So all our equipment maintained until spring. Needs it. I mean, this was going to make 4 more days that would put it into spring, but first day of spring I might actually want to be doing something useful with this tractor, not sticking it in the workshop. So, turn the lights off, turn the engine off, exit. Okay. Okay. Okay, bye. So, we'll speed up time and see what happens with the snow. And stand on the trailer. Actually, I know where it's good. Good to watch the farm. This is actually where I'm heading to is the opening view for the loading screen. Probably can't see much up here. But at least the snow provides a certain level of additional light source, which obviously before the snow started settling there was just dark, dull and overcast. Yeah, I can barely make out the farm over there. This is a great place to watch sunsets because the sun is setting behind the farm. Oh, there we go. Snow stopped. So we'll slow that down. We have snow. So what other options are there for spreaders? You know what I'm going to do? I'm I'm going to get that, release that, back up again. We'll go to pallets, get a solid fertilizer bag. We are going to need, whoops, a solid fertilizer bag anyway, and we'll go to here. 45,000. Anything cheaper? No. And we will lease that. So I'm going to need a fertilizer anyway sometime. There we go. So, let's stick that on the back of there. Go over here and load that. And we'll stop there. So, let's see what else we can do with snow. Okay, spreading fertilizer does not distracted me with that fertilizer spreading. So, spreading fertilizer on frozen ground does not clear the snow. Now there is a mod version of, I think, it may be this one. Oh, there we go. Fertilizer spreader. Maybe that one. I don't think it's that one. It may be that one. Someone modified it so that it would take salt. You can buy salt bags and you can use that as a spreader. So let's go back to the garage. Leased items. Leased items. That's where leased items are. So we don't need that anymore. We'll return that. We'll lose a little bit of fertilizer from the back of it. I'm going to keep that big bag there because we will be able to use that another time. So what else can we get? Let us go with placeables, belt system, pallets, levelers. Now that's capable of moving snow. Don't know if it requires a 3-point. That's capable of removing snow. We'll go with a small one though, because obviously. Oh, just have 3-point wheel loader. So I'll just go 3-point. This tractor is probably totally incapable of moving that. That. So how does this thing work? These images unfold like that. So you can push it backwards, which does move a fair amount of snow. Unfortunately, you'll see that we are filling up effectively, and eventually we're going to get to the point where that's considered full. Actually, it's not worked out so badly, but yeah, we're spreading the snow back where we moved it from. Right this way. We lift it up. And fold it. Here's what it's spread. So it's not ideal. because it is spreading snow back where you've driven. However, I can then move some more. So a couple of moves. So long as I push the snow further than I want it to go, I can then drive forwards. We've emptied, yeah, we've got a nice area to drive on, but the snow didn't last long enough for it to cause us problems, so that's a leveler. Obviously front loader and bucket, that allows you to pick up the grass, or pick up the snow, and then put it back down. Yeah, but you have to dig it up off the ground, then you have to drive off to one side and empty it, like we were doing with the mixer. That's brands. That's category. Oh, garage least. So we can now return these. We're done with that. Yeah, and we're done with that. So, Hurleyman's gone home. How about we jump back to class action? What did I want to do with the class action? Oh. Actually, no. What I want to check first is, does the loading wagon collect snow? Generally, no. We don't have a big selection. This is the one I've got. That's the one I've got. No, that's the one I've got. 34,000 litres. It's about 2 times the Lexian collection hopper. This thing is just way too big for this farm. Only 50,000. Yeah, well, I'm looking at prices, and it's sort of, I pay twice as much for 30% increase. I'm paying still not quite twice as much for 15%. So I'm not. Yeah, this seemed to be it's still twice as much as that one, but that one's only 21,000. I can get one load from the harvester in it, or I'm not talking about harvesters, am I? It's the auger wagon that I've got that's huge. But again, auger wagons won't take snow. This one is the one I've got, 43,000 litres to unload stuff. So I didn't track and per power, but we did find we can cultivate snow. Hey, I can cultivate snow. That makes a really nice snow mover. 300 horsepower needed, and I was pulling it with that little Valtra. 12 metre working width. Valtra T series has 250, so it's a little bit short. Once machinery gets over the minimum amount, or the max, the minimum amount, you're not really going far with it. So we went over here now, and we have snow. So we will put that out that side, a pile of snow. Put that out that side. And in order to have prevented that, what I should have done before it started snowing was that. And that would protect the bed of the trailer from snow collection. But otherwise, you just can't use it until you've emptied it. So since the snow's been and gone, I can't put straw in with the cows because obviously there's snow in the barn, and it won't let me put straw where there's snow. But we can do some selling of crops, and some of these crops are quite high value. Canola, well, that's coming down in value, that's coming down in value, that's below average. The wheat is a good price, and this is probably a good price for barley. Wheat and barley are almost identical, it's just variances in prices, and I've noticed barley on this map is not as valuable as wheat. Anyway, it is now coming on for 1 o'clock, and I need to get off here and do family stuff. Did leave the lights on the truck. So, that was a little escapade in snow, and we sold some pigs, and we fed all the animals. So a good day. I will probably, next week, we will sell some more of the crops that we have in the silos, make some money, get over £1 million. Then I'll probably turn up the time and we'll skip through most of the rest of the winter. We will slow down at least day 6 in order to make sure the cows and pigs have enough straw. And as we go into spring, we'll find that I never have to touch the straw again for bedding until the last day of spring. But anyway, in the meantime, everybody have a good weekend. And for now, I'm out of here.